Hello, thank you so much for purchasing with Medium Emary. Today we're going to give you an oracle and tarot card reading. So the cards that I'm going to use in your reading is obviously a tarot deck that I have here. And then also I was drawn to using this oracle card deck called Keepers of the Light. It's affirmation messages from higher spiritual beings that work with us in the spiritual plane, and I feel drawn to pulling out a card for you in the end of the reading from this deck. Alright, your name and your information will be confidential. I will only go over questions and what you want me to ask the cards. The crystals I have here in your reading that I am working with is I have an amethyst, which an amethyst represents for me psychic divination, relieving stress, relieving worries, having more of a peace, calm, and harmony in your life. I very much feel like an amethyst would be really good for you in regards to stress and worrying and your nerves and anxiety. It's very good. I also have black obsidian. I feel like black obsidian is really good for you. It keeps away anything negative vibration, negative energy. I do feel like in your life you've had, negative things happen to you in the sense of just distractions or people that have. I do feel like for some reason there's been people that have wished bad things upon you or didn't like you or something like that. But I do feel like there's been some distraction of some sort, and I feel a black obsidian is really good to keep that negative energy, negative draining energy away. I also have a clear quartz. A clear quartz for me represents being able to have a better connection with your spirit guides, spiritual beings that are around you, trying to give you signs and guidance. It's really good with connecting with one's higher self as well. So I have these 3 crystals here vibrating off your cards. Before anything, I am going to sage the cards, and then I am going to pray to tune into your energy, hun. So just saging the cards here. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do a quick little prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. I ask spirit guides and angels to come through now to the reader that I'm reading for, to reveal to her now in this present time, he or she in this present time, what he or she needs to know. I ask that the information that comes through, may it come from a higher intention of God. May the information that comes through, spirit guides, may it come in as accurate, specific, and detailed as possible. I ask spirit guides and minds as well to help me interpret the information to the best of my ability. I surround this reading with a beautiful white light. Any spirits that would like to bring forth many messages, I am open to passing on those messages. Thank you so much. I am open to receive. Thank you. Alright, so definitely, I very much feel like Spirit's telling me you've been a kind of person where you haven't had a lot of self-esteem in yourself. Either you've always just done more for others than yourself. I very much feel like you always put, you would put yourself last, or, you don't put yourself on a pedestal. You'll put others on a pedestal because it's like you have that giving nature of just caring about others more than yourself. And I'm feeling like Spirit's telling me you need to care about yourself more. You put yourself on the back burner, you put yourself like in the back, like I'm not that important, or this is more important than me, I feel like you are of importance too. Just because maybe you don't feel like you're that important doesn't mean you aren't. I feel Spirit's telling me you need to make yourself number 1 again. like in your life. Um, we're all that we have, and that once you make yourself number one, you'll start feeling that love and that fulfillment within yourself again. I very much feel like you've made other things around you number one and not like yourself. Like, I'm not saying to be selfish, that's not the word I'm saying, but Spirit's telling me you need to make yourself number one. Like, make yourself feel good, do things for yourself. Don't just do things for others. Don't just worry about others. Like, worry about yourself too. Like, do things for yourself. And care about yourself. I feel like you've gone through times where you feel like you'll be careless about yourself, and that's something that's very strongly coming through. The Spirit's telling me you have to make yourself number one again. I've never told anyone that in a reading before, so this is very interesting. So they're telling me to make yourself number one again. Okay? Like you've done things to distract yourself. Like you've worried about people. You've changed your focus on other people so you wouldn't have to focus on yourself. That's what Spirit's telling me. And Spirit's telling me you need to now focus on yourself. Like you need to start making yourself number one, not others number one. Like you'll try to just invest your time and energy and focus on something else so you don't need to think about yourself or worry about yourself, okay? Alright, so I'm going to just go over your question here. So that was what I was picking up. I am a channeler, so the information will come through. It comes through like a radio. I'll receive symbolic information through my 4 senses. Past lives. Alright. Where am I from in my family? Okay, so definitely from your past lives I was picking up. I think I told you in one of your live mini readings that I did get Egypt, and I also got alien background descent. I do feel your daughter, which I'm not gonna say names. She is a starseed as well. I feel like you're a starseed and she's a starseed. I also feel like you have a strong past life in this in Egypt. Okay. I'm gonna just pull out 3 cards and then I'll continue with. I also feel another past life. You have a lot of past lives in the BC time, so that's like the Egyptian times, but BC, kind of those people that wore those sandals and stuff like that. I can't pinpoint it, but in those BC times, and it's really cool. So I don't know if you've had a connection to those times, those BC times, kind of like the Jesus times, but you have a huge connection with that. Okay, and then you have a huge connection with Egyptian. Okay, and you also have a huge connection with starseed and aliens. Okay, I feel more that you've lived alien lives and actual human lives. Okay. Trying to see here. I'm trying to pick up here. With the BC time, you were a woman, and you struggled. Like you were just a woman that had babies and stuff like that, but your husband was someone famous in the town, in the community. Your husband was someone famous in the community. Either he was like a speaker, or somebody with the politics of speaking, or he was making a difference. I feel like he was one of those people that was making a difference for the public, and you were kind of his supporter. Like you were his wife and you had babies with him, but you were his supporter in these BC times. Okay, like he was kind of person that he would go around and spread the word of something. Like I don't know if it was a religious word, like maybe he spread the word of the Bible, or he would go around spreading the word to people about their religion. I don't know what religion you had, but I'm just picking up on that. I don't know if you feel like you've had a huge connection to Mother Mary, but I feel a huge connection to you as well with the Mother Mary. Okay, like that energy itself, that's coming through here, hun. Okay, your family, in regards to your family's past lives, I do feel like your past lives, like your family itself, the people around you, have a lot of starseed alien lives as well. That's why you can connect with them on that level, hun. Okay. Now the cards I have pulled out here is I have the Magician, I have the Sun, and I have family. I do see that you have a family. I also see in regards to your past lives, what's good is that you don't just have bad karma, you have good karma. I don't feel like in your past lives that you've gone through a lot of, like, there's things that, like, there's past lives where there's been like I don't know if you've heard of the term where you have to like relive those lessons, but I feel like you have good karma from your past lives. I don't feel like bad karma. I don't feel like you experience like really bad lessons where you're like repetitively learning these horrible lessons. I don't feel that. I feel like you had good karma, okay, and that good karma is now coming back to you, and it's coming back to you in a slow process, but it's coming back to you because you did a lot of good in your past lives. You weren't a bad person in most of your lives. You were actually a good person in most of your past lives. All right. I also feel you have a lot of spiritual gifts, intuitive psychic ability itself. For me, that's what the magician represents, that you have a lot of intuitive spiritual gifts, and it runs in the family. That's why this family card came out. It runs in the family. So if it's not just you, your daughter has psychic intuitive gifts. And I also see a young child in the family. I don't know if it's like a grandchild or a young child in the family, but there's a young child, maybe somebody's cousin, I don't know what it is, but a young child that also has very intuitive gifts as well. Okay, I don't know if it's your daughter's child or what the case may be, but there's a younger child as well that has a lot of psychic intuitive gifts as well. Okay, I am picking up things with like I do also see a past. So you have past life as an Egyptian, a past life, as a star seed, as aliens, and then a lot of past lives in the BC times, the one that you were a wife and your husband was like a speaker of religion or something. You also have a past life where you were a witch. I definitely pick it up very strongly. You were a past life as like you practiced witchcraft, and you were kind of like in those in those times. Either I would say for me, it's like the medieval times, okay, and you practiced witchcraft, okay? So that's why you're very prone to having awareness and open to psychic, intuitive stuff, okay? You're very, I feel like it's something that if you've practiced and you trained, you can hone in on those skills. And I do feel like you in your past were probably drawn to like witch stuff or stuff with like magic and stuff like that, and if that's the case, it's because of that. If not, you're gonna start having some weird attraction towards those things because you have a past life as well as a witch, hun, okay? But no, the sun represents the good karma from those past lives. The magician represents this psychic, intuitive skills that you have, and then family represents, I do feel like the psychic, intuitive gifts runs in the family, and as well as the star seed, lives as well. All right, so you've lived with your family many times. It's like your soul family. So you guys are kind of all soulmates. You guys lived many lives together as different families. Okay, all right. All right, hun, so I'm going to move on to your next question, which is to love. All right, so this is going to be focused on love. All right, there's been a relationship where you either dragged it too long. And it was supposed to end, but you were dragging it. I also feel like there was a relationship with someone that I don't know if you're with still now, or somebody that you've been with, where they weren't nice to you and they didn't speak to you nicely. So either they were emotionally abusive or they just didn't speak to you very nicely, and they didn't say nice things to you with words. So they didn't treat you nice. They treated you mean with words, okay? I also feel like you suppress things, so you don't always stand up for yourself. And I feel like Spirit's telling me you must stand up for yourself more, especially in relationships, okay? Alright. I do feel like there's, you have like, in regards to love, I do feel like you're still in love with somebody, or you're really heartbroken about this certain person that you're with, or that you're with now. I'm not sure if you're with somebody right now, but you're heartbroken about somebody in particular that that you've been like holding on to. So I don't know if you're with a person or not, but you hold on to this when you know like there's really it's not making you happy, or it hasn't been that good, or it hasn't been that fulfilling, or there's some relationship, I don't know if you're in past or now, that you dragged it, or you were like you were holding on to it for too long, okay? And it was like you're kind of wasting time or wasting opportunities of meeting other people because you were so invested and into this relationship, or dragging it. If it's not something you went through the past, if it's something you're going through now, it makes sense because this is what's occurring. But I do feel like there's something like you're holding on to, okay? I feel like you haven't moved on from something. I don't know if you're with this person still, but if you are, it's kind of a thing where it's like, I don't know if you're just settling because you're married and you're just staying in it because of marriage, but I'm feeling like you're not happy with that love, or with love in general. Okay, I am seeing though Spirit's telling me you need to have that strength to move forward. You need to have that strength to move forward, okay? But it's kind of like the relationship is boredom. So if it's not like, I feel like you're not fulfilled by it. So if this is from the past, you weren't fulfilled by it. It was like boredom. It was getting to a point that there was no more spark, or like it's just not as wonderful as it used to be. And that was in the past, that's in the past. But if it's now, that's what I'm feeling. Okay. It's kind of a thing where I don't know if you guys have fallen out of love with each other, or it's like I just feel like it's faded or something's died out, but it's like you're still hanging on to it, or you're still with this person, or there's like you're still holding on to it. I don't know exactly what it is, but that's what I'm picking up with that. Yeah, I just feel I don't see anything ahead because I'm still, if you are not with this person now and you were in the past with somebody like this, you're still holding on to it emotionally. So future wise, I don't see anything yet because you're still holding on to this emotionally, and Spirit's telling me you need to find a way to heal from it, and then you'll be ready, because then you're not ready to be open to new love. But if not, if you are with somebody, I'm feeling it's like you're just, like I said, it's like you're just in it to be in it. You know, it's like there's nothing left for you there, and it's like you're just in it to be in a relationship, if that makes any sense. Um, and you know, in the end, it's like there's really no feeling, no spark, or I don't know what's happened, that it's just died out. Okay, that's what I'm feeling, hon. If it's not right now, this is something probably you went through in your past, but what's not allowing you to go forward is due to the fact you're still hanging on to that. All right, you're still hanging on to that. And I also feel it's like the same person, if you're not with them now or in the past, um, you try to kind of, it was kind of like an unrequited love, where it's like you loved the person so much more than they loved you. Okay, that's what I'm picking up. That you loved the person so much more than they loved you. And that's something Spirit's telling me you need to work on when it comes to love. You need to have that person love you same way that you love them, or even more, you know? You can't love somebody completely like that, and then they don't give that to you in return, or they're not showing that love like that to you in return, hun. Okay? For me, I feel like this person that you're with, or this person you're with now, it's like they are emotionally unavailable for you. Emotionally unavailable for you. And you need someone that's emotionally available for you, hun. Alright? So the chair represents you moving forward from this, being able to move, to let go of this, okay, not hang on to it and keep on hanging on to it when there's nothing there. You have the world ahead of you, hun. There's new opportunities for relationships, for love, until you make that move to not hang on to that anymore. And then Four of Pentacles represents just that to me, that you're hanging on to this and you're waiting to see, or I don't know what it is, but it's like that's what I'm feeling with that, hun. All right. So in regards to love, that's what I'm feeling. Future wise, I don't really see anything yet because of this blockage from the past relationship or a relationship you're going through now, hun. Okay? Alright, so number 3 is health. Let's see. I feel health is gonna be fine. I definitely feel health is gonna be fine. I feel health is gonna be fine. I do see at some point in your future, this is far off though, like far off, I would say within like 3 to 4 years, I do see some form of stomach issues. So like stomach issues like I don't know, you know, in the bladder or like this area. I don't know what exactly it is, but I'm seeing some issues with that. Within 3 to 4 years, if it hasn't happened yet, it will. Okay, but it's not going to be bad. It's just something you have to get checked out for, and they'll see and they'll let you know. I don't feel like anything bad will come out of it. Okay, I feel like you'll just have some issues there. If anything, maybe a surgery, but it's not like bad. It's just to I don't know if it's like a pain you'll have there or something, but it's nothing bad. That's what I'm picking up within 3 to 4 years. Okay, hun? Something with stomach issues or something in that region. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so I have strength here, which is funny because I did tell you that you need strength this time. Okay, I do see some sort of poverty. So for me, it's money's been an issue financially. It's been an issue, or it's been hard, you know, to financially maintain or budget or to save money. I do see some form of financial struggle. And then I feel like spirits tell me you need the strength now to be able to deal with your financial struggles or everything that you're going through right now. Okay, the Knights of Cups represents for me somebody that's going to help you with your finances. Okay, I feel like somebody's going to help you with these finances, and they're going to be really kind about it, either a friend or a family member or something like that. That's what I'm feeling with that somebody's gonna, like, you know, help you and be there for you, like when you need questions or need help with like your finances or something like that. Some person, some male that's going to be a kind friend or kind person to you is going to help you with these issues. I don't know if it's like you organizing your finances or you know, him helping you with paying something and then you pay him later. You know, they'll pay something, then you pay later, but that's what I'm picking up on that, hun. Okay, so it's funny because I think this is in regards to money, because we just talked about health, so it automatically came through. Okay, so health, what I was picking up is you're going to have within 3 to 4 years some like stomach issues. Okay, here, so I don't know if it's the ovaries or like stomach stuff, but something like that. It's not going to be bad. I don't feel it's going to be bad. It's something that's like, you know, it's like something that you're going to feel and they're going to check up on, and maybe possibly a surgery, but it's not a big deal. It's just something that you know, everybody goes through. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's not going to be an issue. It's just something you're going to go through within, I would say, 3 to 4 years. Probably the earliest 2, but I would say 3 to 4 years. So, but you're very healthy, I feel, and I feel like your family's healthy as well. I don't feel like there's going to be any issues. Just that stomach thing. And then in regards to your finances, I do see that there's been some struggle with money. I do see here spirits telling me you have to have the strength to get through the struggle with money or finances or keeping up with the bills. And then I see someone that's going to be helping you, you know, organize the money or giving you some money and then you pay them back. Or I see somebody that's going to be there for you in your time, in this time of need. I see a male that's going to be doing this for you, man, and it could be a family member, a male family member that's helping you with that, or a friend. that's there for you financially, that helps you or gives you guidance or guides you, or actually says he'll pay something and then you pay him back. All right, so that's what I'm seeing with finances. I do feel like it's going to be okay, because you're going to have that help and support from that person. You just have to have the strength to get through it, hon. You just have to have the strength to get through it and know that you're going to be okay, and you're not going to just end up like in the streets one day. Everything's going to be okay, hon. All right, so that's what I'm picking up with that. Let me see here. Now your next question is in regards to work. All right, work. Oh, that's good. Got a good card there. You have the sun a lot. All right, in regards to work. This is so funny because it's coming up again, this whole relationship thing. Just know, before I talk about work, you have the heartache again. There's this heartache that's coming through strongly, and you're having a blockage of moving on or letting go to this thing that I was telling you earlier, that it's affecting you, and it's been affecting you, and it's something that must be really paid attention to, because if not, it's going to affect you tremendously. You know, it's not going to go away, and you need to move on eventually, because I see this card here. You need to move on because there's nothing there. It's like you're doing this to yourself, you know, and Spirit's telling me you must find a way to not hang on to that anymore. If it's from the past, you need to emotionally move on from it. Find a way to be able to accept and forgive what happened. If it's not from the past and it's happening right now, you must find a way to surrender and know that this is not emotionally serving you anymore. But know in the end, there's growth for new relationships. There's hope for new love. You just have to be open to it at some point after you realize you can no longer hang on to this. Now, work-wise, I do feel I feel you'll be okay, and I feel you're okay right now. I don't see you changing a job. I don't see any of those things. I don't see you changing a job. I don't know if you've been unemployed at some point, or recently, or you haven't had a job, or you were looking for a job, or you took a break or something like that, but I'm seeing something like that. If not, maybe you're taking a break coming up soon. I'm not sure, but I'm seeing some form of like there was no job, or you were looking for a job or something like that. All right. But all I'm hearing, Spirit's telling me, you need to take it easy. Don't overwhelm yourself, okay? Especially with work. I'm feeling, don't overwhelm yourself with work, okay? I don't know if you have a job now and you're just not happy where you are, but I am feeling a sense of let me see here, hon. Hold on one second. Yeah, I'm sensing a feeling of, if you have a job now, or in the past I was like this, that you're feeling like it's not for you anymore, or you want to do something different, or you're just tired of the same people. I don't know exactly what it is, or maybe that's why I'm seeing that you're unemployed, because it's gonna happen. But for me, more, it's like I feel like you're not like happy there as much. You've been wanting to possibly like look for something else, or you're thinking about doing something else, or you're questioning like maybe I should do something else, you know. I am seeing you at some point uh taking a break. So for me, it's like you're going to be unemployed, or you're just going to take a break in general from the job. And I see you reevaluating what you want to do exactly. I do see you taking a point where you're gonna like really like take a little break and see what you want to do. That's what I see. Seeing here. I don't know if you've ever been a manager at some point, or you've been like the head person at some point in your job, but I do see that management, that like whole like higher leveled position you having, okay. I don't see you leaving the job, but I do see you like really questioning, is this for me? Is this what I'm supposed to continue doing? Like I feel like you've been doing it for a long time, okay? And I think you're at a point in your life where you want new things. You want to have that spark again with life, because I really do feel like I feel like you've I feel like you've lost like that spark, that passion, that love for life. I'm not saying you've lost it completely, but I feel like lately you've felt like life's been really plain and bland, and I'm feeling like Spirit's telling me to do the things you haven't done, because I also feel like your life when you were younger, or recently in general, like your whole life has been dedicated to other people, dedicated to caring for other people, dedicated to your family, dedicated, like you never did what you wanted to do. You were never to be able to do what you wanted to do, and I'm feeling like Spirit's saying like use this time, just because you've been doing that job for a long time doesn't mean you have to do that. Use this time to reevaluate what you want to do, and you're number one now. That's what I'm hearing, like from the beginning of the reading. You're number one now. Like do what you've been wanting to do, because you were so dedicated to everyone else when, I don't know if it was the kids, the family, but now Spirit says they want you to be dedicated to yourself and really making yourself number one, hun. All right. So that's what I'm picking up with work. I do see you reevaluating and being open to a change in some sort. Okay. I don't see you leaving it, but I see you like really questioning and like being open to a change. So there's definitely a possibility of a change. Okay, and doing something completely different than what you usually do. All right, so I'm going to pull out a card here from this deck for you, hun, and then I will end the reading. I do see some retail store, so I don't know if someone's worked in like a Walmart or a Kmart or a manager for like a store. But I do see a manager of some sort for like a store or something. I don't know if that's a job you did or someone in your family, but that's being acknowledged. So this is your message for you today, huh? It says, beautiful. So you got the card that says Radha. How weird is this? So I'm talking about how this is kind of like now, like your time, your number one time where you could soul search and really get to know yourself, because I feel like you've been dedicated to so many others your whole life that you haven't been able to really know who you really are and really enjoy yourself because you've been dedicated to others. So this card says Soul Flame. It says rediscover a lost part of yourself, which is so interesting because I just said that you were going to reevaluate the job thing, and you're in this place now where it's you time, it's you dedicating to yourself and finding yourself again. All right, it says rediscover lost part of yourself, experience relationship harmony and healing. So you very much need a lot of healing right now, due to the fact that you've been like dedicated to others and you've lost yourself, or you haven't been able to find yourself and do what you've been wanting to do. Okay, I'm going to read off the guidebook for this so we could hear a more clear message with that, hun. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Message. Loving, union, connection, and relationship harmony are key at this time. It is important to remember, though, that relationships won't make you whole. Oh my God, how weird is that, right? Because I was telling you about the relationship and how you look for other things to make you happy. Like, you focus on other things to make you happy. So let's talk about relationships won't make you whole if you're trying to find that, filling of the void with something else. You now have opportunities to find lost parts of yourself, maybe sensual aspects or the capacity to cherish yourself. The relationships around you will then begin to reflect the love you have for yourself. Increased romance, love, and opportunities to express divine harmony through love are all becoming apparent in your life. You deserve divine love, and Radha, with her Shakti presence, is here to awaken this loving connection within you now. So definitely I'm feeling, hun, the motto, the real message, guiding message to yourself is rediscover yourself now. Use this soul flame, reevaluate your life, rediscover yourself, and make yourself number one time. You're number one now. Because you've focused very much on other people almost your whole life, worrying about everyone else, changing your focus on everyone else instead of yourself. And I feel like this is your time now, hun. Alright? So I'm going to leave you with this. I send you lots of love. I very much hope you enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much for purchasing it. And many blessings. Have a great night. Namaste. Bye now.